It's often been said that, well, time is money. Now, I've no intention of wasting either. However, if you do have a few moments, I'd like to introduce you to a tool that we've developed that we believe will help you to increase your sales of VMAX Cloud Edition. But before I can tell you what the tool is, I suppose it's useful to tell you, well, what the tool isn't. In the words of Herb Kelleher, we have a strategic plan. It's called doing things. So don't think of this as some great big strategic plan. What we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do things with customers. And by the way, if you don't know who Herb Kelleher is, Herb is the guy who invented this. No, not the 737, but rather Southwest Airlines. The tool is called 3 Things in 3 Minutes, and I'll explain exactly what that means in just a second. But my name is Matthew Yeager, that's me right here. I am on the VMAX Cloud Edition corporate team, the EMEA lead. Here are some of my credentials, if that interests you. I'm also on Twitter. You might have noticed some of the things around Team Orange recently on Twitter, and that's kind of what this is all about. But this is episode 1, getting started. There will be subsequent episodes that will then show up on the landing page for VMAX Cloud Edition EMC1 every week to fortnight. So that's every 1 to 2 weeks, give or take. But if you're anything like me, remembering or typing long URLs is anything but fun. So I've created a shortener for this link. It's gbo.io/cloudedemc1. And it is case sensitive, and you can see it right here. And I'll remember to show it right at the end of this as well. Okay, so why did we create 3 Things in 3 Minutes? Well, for a considerable period of time, the industry has been absolutely fixated on these 2 things when they are selling to our customers. And they're the speeds and fees and the cost to acquire. Now, speeds and fees haven't actually gone away. They're still inside VMAX Cloud Edition. The customer can see them and inspect them quite happily. Nor has the cost to acquire gone away. Again, the customer can see from Bronze 1 all the way up into Diamond, working with the local sales team. However, what we're really talking about here is moving the equation from cost to acquire to what's really going on for our customers, which is the cost to serve. And again, it doesn't really matter if we're talking about an enterprise customer or indeed a service provider. What we're asking here is to actually change the conversation fundamentally. In the cost to acquire conversation and equation, we're worried about the customer cost, the performance, and the capacity. And we're constantly having to harmonize that, not just with inside the sales cycle, but then as we move forward as well. And those might well indeed change as time goes on and so forth. So harmonizing those things obviously introduces a lot of uncertainty that we could well do without. What we're really talking about is the cost to serve, where it's really about the services for the customer, as you see here, with inside the portal, the REST API, fast, and so on. And we call this the dial-up and the dial-down capability, the ability to go from, say, a Bronze 1 workload and take it up to Diamond if needs be, and frankly take it back down again from Diamond into Bronze 1 in a much more cost-efficient manner. We don't believe that we can sell the unique value and articulate those unique values to customers with inside the 3 primary stakeholder groups with inside each customer. We have the C-level folks, the CEOs, CIOs, CTOs, and so on. The finance folks, procurement, and people of that sort. And then your tech and DevOps folks. And what you see to the right are some of the ideas that we're having just now about the things that we know we're going to have to talk about when we are discussing VMAX Cloud Edition with these stakeholder user groups within inside the customer. And indeed, these will be some up-and-coming 3 Things in 3 Minutes to help you articulate those things to these different groups. So that's what we've developed, 3 Things in 3 Minutes, a tool which we will continue to release over the coming weeks to help you address the individual stakeholder groups within inside each of our customers, the C-level, the finance, the tech, DevOps, with a view then to getting a tick in the box from each of these groups for VMAX Cloud Edition. That'll wrap up this first edition of VMAX Cloud Edition, 3 Things in 3 Minutes. I've been Matthew Yeager. Thanks for joining me. Please do join me again for episode 2, why VMAX Cloud Edition, and then subsequently episode 3, what is a linearized service catalog, and then upcoming episodes thereafter, which you can find on EMC1, which I promise to show you at the end. Thanks for listening, and happy selling.